Good afternoon. Another drive-through with Don, although maybe it's called a sit-through, but I wanted to share with you a couple things about telling stories. A number of years ago, I realized I had to tell better stories. I had to do it partly to entertain, get the attention of who I was working with, whether it was an individual or a team or a large audience. I also realized as I had to tell stories well to get things to stick inside people's heads. And as I did that, it was a great mechanism, a great tool. But then as I got deeper into psychology, is what I learned is we all tell ourselves stories. Most people are good. Johnny's a jerk. Anybody that is from the armed services is great and perfect. There are certain stories we tell about ourselves and other people, but a lot of them are fake stories. They're stories to simplify, to give us focus. It's to take a lot of data, narrow it, and it makes us feel better because it gives us a more stable situation. So what I learned is a lot of stories psychologically are fake. And that's a problem because what we want to do is not live with fakeness, but we want to live in a real world and understand what's really going on. And what I learned is a lot of times when people tell stories, there's a lot of elements of truth in each one. So when I get a group of people, a team together in a room, each sharing their story and how they see, all of those elements of truth together seem to work better, and it works out the stuff that isn't necessarily real. It helps each other help each other for a common purpose of what to do, but also common how of how we're going to achieve what that common purpose is. So then I realized as I needed to learn how to write my own story. I've had a lot happen over 55 years. When I was 25, I'd had a lot happen, but I didn't have as much perspective or wisdom. So what I ended up doing is trying to figure out what's the story I'm going to tell about myself to other people, because I had to figure out how to attract other people to my cause. I had to attract other people that wanted to achieve the same things, go on the same journey, but they also needed to have the same value system. But if I was headed on a piece of paper and very intellectual, it didn't stick, it didn't attract them. Then I realized as I told my story and attracted people, I didn't know their story. So I had to learn what their story was, because without learning their story, I didn't know enough about them to know if I wanted them to go on the journey with me. And so that became very, very valuable. And then I continued studying stories, and I got into screenwriting and writing screenplays, writing books, fictional books, things with lots of dialogue and action, interaction. And as I did that, I began to realize how our stories interlace with each other are very, very critical. And so now one of the largest parts of our program is helping organizations, primarily private business or the right public company, to tell their story better, but do it in a way where everybody can learn what their individual stories are, put that together, and have that common cause and how. So if you as a leader have not paid much attention to telling stories, I believe my journey at learning how to tell stories verbally, in writing, with experiences, has been incredibly valuable. It's been valuable and a lot of fun, and it's made my life better and richer, both business and personally. So I wanted to share that with you. So next time you're trying to figure out how to achieve great things, how are you going to tell the story and get people to join you? Thank you.